With the rotary phone, do you have to like know that an emergency is gonna happen before you call?
Wait a minute. I'm sorry. Can you ask that question again? Like that was a millennial curveball. You just ask that question again. Hello and welcome back to another episode of the 811 Crew. I am still Jason Turner, and I am still with my man
Ulysses Glenn, also known as Slugger.
Absolutely sluggerific, back in the game. And let me just say this again. If you are what I console in the second half of the game, you're over 50, you're interested in living your best life, this is the podcast where we talk about how you do that. Ulysses and I are Ulysses is the unofficial expert on everything. Together, we chop up a lot of good stuff. Except Bitcoin.
Bitcoin, I have no idea how it works.
Right. Ulysses, if he only talks about things he knows everything about.
Right. I only talk about things I know about.
But guess what? We're going to talk about some things we know about today, and we're going to talk about Generation X, which we are in the greatest generation, I believe.
But sometimes I have millennial moments.
Well, versus millennials. So we're talking about Generation X versus millennials today. And this is an interesting, conversation because, like I said, I believe we're the best, but they are right under. It's almost like a battle between like your big brother and your little brother, little sister almost. I mean, what are your thoughts?
You can tell a millennial on the phone. You can tell them on the phone. Even like if you call or if you're business, you can clearly tell the way their interaction. They like, I really don't care. Like,
and I think the way they talk is definitely something too, because I've noticed that millennials will talk like this. They're like, I think this, and I think that's fair, and do we really want to go? Like nothing's definitive. It's like trying to be, fair and considerate.
And they seem demeaning. I always seem demeaning. Oh, but also, so it's not just Jason and I. We actually have some millennials with us.
We do.
We have our resident Carmen.
The
big C.
She's ears to the street, so we trust her millennial instincts as somewhat because she out on the street talking to the people. So,
Facts.
we trust your things.
And we also have Rick.
How's it going?
Tricky Ricky.
Rick.
I'm Rick.
Rick the ruler.
Not Pickle Rick.
Slick Rick.
Yeah,
Pretty Rick is what they call him.
Millennium Richard. Anyway.
Thanks for having me.
You're very welcome, man.
We're happy to be here.
We're very happy to have you. I mean, one of the first things we looked at is the fact that you all both have on Simpsons t-shirts. And I mean, what does that mean to you all as millennials? How should we as Gen Xers see that? What does the Simpsons mean to you?
Simpsons, I don't know, I just kind of grew up watching The Simpsons. It was like everyone wanted to be Bart Simpson.
Wow.
Really?
You're saying that Bart is an aspirational character for you? For your generation?
When you were a kid, I would say Lisa more now.
I mean, you're either going to be Bart or you're going to, be Lisa. I think it's a point of duality in the millennials. Sometimes we're Bart and sometimes we're Lisa. Sometimes we, burn the house down and sometimes we are physics.
Because
y'all are split personalities, really. That's what I'm saying. Y'all are confused.
Because the thing about it, I remember when the shows came on, it was like people thought it was a joke. Like it was an adult cartoon. Like, oh, this will never last.
Predicted that Donald Trump would be president.
Right, which is completely.
Like, there's so many of these things.
Completely, right.
That is.
So
those were Generation X
Simpsons
writers, though.
Did it.
That's the thing. I mean, that's the thing.
Yeah, so it was. I mean, people who watched it. I mean, it would be on. When you were in college or if you were at home, because it came on, I think, Tuesdays.
You know what? And I must admit, The Simpsons. I'm glad. This is very great that you all wore these Simpsons shirts because I must say that The Simpsons is another show that I rarely, if ever, watched.
Wow.
I mean, shock.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Would have never guessed
that. Never guessed that.
Wow. I mean,
shock and awe. Taking it back, Jason. I'm taking it back.
I did watch Days of Our Lives, though, but that's another discussion.
But I used to watch Beavis and Butthead continuously.
Yeah. No.
Beavis and Butthead are hilarious. They were way funnier than the Simpsons.
Only
Wait.
As a
Rick, have you heard of Beavis and Butthead?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Beavis and Butthead Do America is like
staple.
Yeah, they did a movie, everything. Like so they were big.
It's coming back out.
Yeah, and then what's the other show with Patty? What's the
Daria?
Daria.
Daria was fire.
Daria was hilarious.
So really, what we're learning is that Ulysses is a closet millennial.
Daria was great.
Because I'm Wally. I don't know what you're talking about with Daria and all this other
Daria?
stuff. Let me tell you what I watched.
Over my
What I
head.
watched is Speed Racer. Okay.
Go Speed Racer, go.
But
Racer
that,
X.
I did too.
Now
when I
you're
was,
talking to me.
When I was like
I
7.
watched.
Now you're
No,
being a
I mean I watched the
mean-
best cartoons ever, like Interplanet
So
Janet.
when you were
And
in college,
You never watched Schoolhouse Rock?
yeah,
Hydrogen and
on Saturdays
helium.
when I was
It's
like
a hot
5.
spot.
Do they still show Tom and Jerry?
Oh, some of
Yeah.
our cartoons
Oh yes,
were
but they
so
put up that
sexist,
racist thing right
everything.
before it.
I mean,
So
right.
they say this episode of Tom and Jerry is racist.
Wait a
It
minute,
is.
wait a
But
minute,
you
wait a
understand
minute.
that
You,
Aunt
wait,
Jemima
really?
pancake commercial would come on right during the in the Tom
But
and
I
Jerry,
feel sorry for
you know?
them
Yeah.
because her family lost
Yes.
money. They
Right.
actually
Right.
were mad because they were like, "Wait a
I hate
minute."
it. I hate it.
The
No one
family
asked for
lost
that. I loved it.
Yeah.
Right? I was like, I don't
It's
think
still
we-
in my cabinet right
I don't
now.
think
Oh, so you're
really
saying,
asked
but
for
I
it.
thought millennials many times were kind of were be, you know, I thought y'all cared about these types of things. So Carmen, you're saying you don't care about the evolution of, I don't even know what it's called now. It's just called pancake mix. I mean, does
Yeah,
that mean
the
It's
anything
called
to
the
you?
pearl milling something.
Oh, pearl.
I just don't get how it's racist. But
It was
It's based off a caricature.
Well,
Yeah.
when it
Yeah.
when it first started, when they first put them on with like Uncle Bill, the Aunt Jemima, they
Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute.
Ben's.
Uncle Ben's,
We have
sorry.
another stigmatism.
Yeah, we're
Colonoscopy
we gotta
and
stop
Uncle
calling
Bill.
millennials, though.
Uncle
Millennials.
Bill's is a store. It's actually a store we grew up on. There was Uncle Bill's was like the old school Target. When I was a millennial, I used to read more.
He said when I was a millennial.
I did. I read more. And then when I became a Generation X, I had less time to read.
You know, we can all agree on that. But I love public transportation, and my kids started. Now, I don't know if when you all were growing up, did you ever take the bus or public transportation when you were young? Like
Yeah.
I had my kids on the metro bus and rail when they were 10, 11 years old.
Yeah, that's when
Straight
you got
up.
to start. I
Nothing-
had a bus pass in the 5th grade.
I think
Absolutely.
The first time I took the bus, I was in college.
Wow.
Damn, you were really missing out on the crazy stuff that used to
missed
happen
out
on
on
the
that.
back of the bus.
I was in college, and my roommate and
man.
that was the first time I was like, yeah, this is. And then when I moved to DC, I started taking the metro.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. I take, but I mostly drive. If you live in the city, you drive. Well, I have a car, but I hate going outside the Beltway. Like going outside the Beltway is like, but interesting with you all being millennials, so you don't.
Well, what about music? Now, here's the one thing, but I
Oh,
absolutely,
okay.
you right, yeah, give it up. Like we went in here with
wait,
music.
are we talking your generation versus our generation?
We're talking the fact that you all still groove on everything that we were
Right.
grooving on at our high school prom. I
Yeah.
can tell you this: I graduated from high. Just
But
as a
I'm
point,
still listening to
just
my
let me drop
grandmama's
this
music.
back. I graduated from high school in 1987, and what I can promise you
Yeah.
is we were not grooving on anything from 1954. Okay, like
Really?
yeah,
we were
not.
No.
What
No,
kind of
that-
music would that be?
that came. We were.
We weren't even listening to
was
like
gone.
1960s
No,
music. We
that
weren't-
came on channel 45. There were these disc packages that you could buy that had all that.
No
old
one
music
was
on it.
listening to the Supremes.
Like those late night
And that's what was
commercials?
wrong with y'all. Y'all should have been listening to the Supreme.
I mean,
Well-
we know the songs, but it's not like we'd be at the club and they'd, here comes a symphony.
Sometimes you need to go
That
up the
song
ladder
didn't
to the
come on.
roof. That's probably what you should have been doing. Up the ladder to the roof.
We would listen to like our uncles and aunts' music.
Yeah,
like
they would put
theirs-
that stuff on, right.
We like those, but
Were they younger?
like let's say. So what? So hip hop
like,
was
yeah.
like hip hop and good R&B was out when we were
Yeah.
when we were millennials. That's what was out.
When the first song I
So-
knew, Sugar Hill Gang, A
Wait, what is
Rapper's
that?
Delight,
How do you-
I knew that all.
I'm sorry. Wait, how are you turning back and forth from a millennial to a Gen Xer? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Well,
Which
when-
one are you? I mean, I'm
Well-
confused, really.
I do listen to millennial music a lot.
Right.
Okay.
I really do.
Boom, check.
Because it's
Done.
good.
I
Because it's
do.
good.
I do. But the
Give an
only
example.
good.
What's your favorite millennial
But
song
like
right
the
now? Name it right now.
only-
Name a song. I mean, for real. Name it.
Sing it.
By
Sing it.
Drake.
You don't need
Sing
this
it.
kind of pressure, Ulysses.
right.
You don't
Oh,
need this
no,
kind of
no, I
pressure.
Right, you-
My
You don't need to
girls
prove
like
nothing
girls.
to these people.
You look,
No,
you look
girl-
like you got 3 more gray
No,
hairs
no.
on the left side of your
I'm telling
face
you.
just now.
No, I do like Drake. Girls,
Okay.
girls
I
on
love
girls.
Drake too.
Yeah,
I love
girls like
Drake
girls.
too. And we're gonna have a question about that coming up too when we get back from break. But music is one thing that we were
don't like it.
really are dominating over you all. 811 crew, and we are back with a crew of millennials chopping it up about Generation X versus millennials, Generation X and millennials. We're not against millennials. We're just trying to understand them better.
Trying to understand
Trying to understand. And we got representative millennials on deck here today so
Carmen
we can
and
learn
Rick.
ourselves.
Right.
Well, first of all, y'all, can you all just tell us, just for clarity, what is a millennial? What are the dates? How old have you be to qualify?
I believe the dates are from 81 to 96.
81 to
So I'm
96.
not-
So that's
So
Year
I'm
of
not
birth.
So I'm not a millennial.
so 25
Okay.
to 40 years old.
Yeah, can I
Wow.
say something? So they call the older millennials geriatric millennials.
Wow.
Wow. So
That's
if
a
you're,
real term.
I've actually never heard that before.
so if you're
Bro,
40,
look it up, bro.
so if you're 40, you're a geriatric millennial.
No, and if you're 38, you right on the edge.
Wow.
Do you believe in that, Rick? I mean, do you have that type of?
No, I don't. I don't know. I'd have to read more into it. Like, I don't know exactly what
I
that
think it's
means.
disrespectful.
Like, I kind of get it, but
I don't like the word geriatric.
Yeah.
Right.
That seems. I don't like that word to be used to
I feel
describe
like-
human beings,
But
no
don't
matter
you
the
think that-
age.
but can I ask you all this? 25 to 40 that is such a big growth range.
Mm-hmm.
What do you all think about like 25? I gotta believe that 25 seems like a long time ago, and 40 seems like a
Yeah.
long way
Yeah,
from
yeah.
now. Kind of. What do you all think about that? Like, what has that range been like as a millennial?
It's insane. It actually doesn't make any sense. I don't like the range. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Because those 25-year-old and a 40-year-old have nothing. They didn't grow up the same. There's no way you can have.
That's true.
I have a question though.
Okay.
Who comes up with the names? Who comes up with the years? Is there like a group, a
I
committee?
think it's probably Hallmark card people. I think, yeah. I
No,
think it's
seriously.
the
Does
market.
anybody look into
I
that?
don't know. I don't understand.
Yeah.
Because it really didn't become. I remember you knew your parents were baby boomers. That's the first group. I don't know what
Yeah.
my grandparents were called.
Yeah.
Like there was baby boomers,
Right.
and that was based on people coming home from the war.
The
Right.
Lost Generation was the one before.
That's
that.
right. Tom
So
Brokaw is the
baby
Lost
boomers,
Generation.
and then they're Lost Generation. So Lost Generation, baby boomers.
Oh,
X,
so
millennials.
they're the ones who went through the depression.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
and that's the one that Tom Brokaw started calling the greatest generation. I think he
That's-
tried to
that's-
change it. I don't
so
know if
my
he actually
grand-
voted to that, but my grandparents, I agree, they were. I mean that.
Right,
that-
they went through a lot. Like,
and
a lot-
wars
Yeah.
and everything.
a lot
I
of
mean,
them they didn't have indoor plumbing,
Right.
and they made it.
We talking about not having the internet. They didn't have.
Right, my internet's
Shout
down.
out to
Right.
them.
Yeah.
Right.
Stop it.
Can I tell y'all that my grandfather used to write letters to my grandmother and telling her, like, when I get back to the States, I'm going to try to do this and we're going to make it happen. We're going to get married and I'm going to take care of you. And then he got to the States and was like, so I can't find a job. Because he couldn't, because he was black.
Yeah.
He couldn't get any of the loans that all the other GIs was getting.
Wow, that is real. And they talked about that too. GI Bill mugs were coming home, getting houses and jobs.
Not the black ones.
But
Yeah.
look how. But
Black
I mean,
lives
but,
didn't
Shout
matter
out to
back
them,
then.
but you made it though. I mean,
I know.
You got,
But we wrote letters too.
now let me ask you: do you all write letters? Like, do you all read cursive? I mean,
Can
give me
you-
some
you-
differences.
can you
write
Talk to me.
cursive?
Can we rant about cursive?
Sure.
We had to learn that. What grade did we learn cursive in, bro? Like third
Third
or fourth grade.
yeah.
Now look,
They don't use it. It's like
I just thought
I've
of
never.
such a good question.
I use cursive when I'm like trying to make something look nice, but I don't think I use
nobody
cursive.
used cursive. I'm tight.
Yeah.
I took a long time to learn these things.
I pick cursive font sometimes.
Yeah.
I think so. I was with my nephew, and he's like, "How'd you learn how to write cursive?" I'm like, and he's 18. He's 18. They don't even teach
Didn't
them.
teach you no more.
Like, so, like, we took typing class.
Oh no.
Oh man, when I
No,
see
we
somebody
took-
we
typing,
took web class. We had to create on websites.
Oh no, when compute.
Microsoft Word classes.
I remember you were cool when you went to college. If you had a typewriter, you had your own typewriter. You didn't have to go. Oh, you were way beyond.
I used to
cool.
play on my mom's typewriter. She was like, "Stop doing that. It's not cheap."
Wow.
I'm pretty sure like people buy typewriters as like decorative house things now.
Right, like a vintage, like some mid-century modern.
It's like
Yeah.
a bookend.
Put
And
in
I look
there,
at it,
right?
I'm like, that probably came out like 25 years ago.
So would you all know how to use a rotary phone?
Yeah, I mean, I can figure out technology pretty well.
Did you just say I can figure out technology?
That's
If you
technology.
actually-
That's what they've grown up
A
on.
rotary phone. I mean, you had to. I mean, it went all the way around.
No, but do you remember when people used to give phone numbers like AB 6 Z
That was the
W?
That was
lost
before,
generation
that's a-
stuff. That was the
that's
lost
my-
generation.
Do you know?
Right.
Do you even know what that
Yo,
means?
that's-
Or that
What
was
is
the
it?
exchange. Like
If
where
you got
were.
if you got a phone number and it was letters, do you know what that means?
Yeah, they had 1-800 call collect.
No,
Oh, yeah, no, that's
no,
something
no.
different. Yeah.
Like my parents' generation, they would have like
Like it would be.
Z.
Like a one
yeah.
a one is ABC. Two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 1-800 call collect. It's
Right.
1-800.
But no, it's a different
No.
thing. Just like the phone number here might have been, because it's Brookland, might have been BK2 4869, and that was where it
And you
talked
knew-
about
and you
where
knew
what
where they
area you
lived,
were
yeah.
based on that.
Oh, no.
No, we didn't have that.
But
no,
real
we
quick,
had area
y'all,
codes.
one question I have to ask y'all both: how many phone numbers right now do you know by heart? Without how many numbers could you dial without going into your contacts?
Does it count if they're part of a commercial jingle?
Like, I'm about to do Mike Jones.
No,
So,
no,
So
like,
do you-
seriously.
so
I mean,
do-
answer that.
Honestly, 3 maybe.
3.
One of them's 911.
I don't know
Wow,
if that one counts.
The other one's 411.
that's major. Carmen, what about you? You said just 4.
1, 2, 3. Actually, just 3.
See, now that's
I
amazing.
So wait. So
know.
when you were little, your parents didn't say like make you learn your home phone number.
Oh, no, they did.
No, so that, and then I had an emergency card. We had emergency numbers, like if someone were to get a hold of me.
So that
I had
said,
emergency numbers.
do you remember your home phone number right now? Okay, that's a no.
No.
Do you remember your home phone number?
Wait, can I say
That
it?
sounds like
No, I do.
you do remember?
Yeah,
I mean,
408-779.
I mean, they still live there. though?
That number probably
Is that
still
the
works.
number? Okay, right.
Yeah, I won't finish it, but there's 4 more.
I know my grandma's number and my
Yeah,
dad's number.
I still
Run it down. What do you remember?
I still remember. I know my home phone number. I remember my grandparents.
Yep.
I know my uncle, my aunt and uncle still have home phone numbers,
Absolutely.
so I can call them on that if I need to. I know my parents.
Oh yeah.
Cell numbers.
Oh, you know your parents' cell.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
If
Right
it's
now.
not, yeah, I know home phone numbers, but I don't.
309. No, I literally know at least. I mean,
I
I,
know-
definitely know at least 40 phone numbers in my
I-
head
I
right
probably-
now, including every phone number that I grew up with as a child, from 58380,
Yeah,
50385,
like my
9091, 238.
We're going to have to bleep all this out.
7238676. But I give area codes, but these are all the numbers.
But I know, like-
9830756 is my
actually
first
know-
work number.
I think I know.
This is scary.
I
I
actually
mean,
think
yeah.
I think I know
numbers
Jason.
What do you
now.
need all those numbers
I remember
for?
2 of my ex-girlfriends from high
High
school's
school
home
phone
numbers
number.
right
You
now.
can forget
Right
those.
now.
I
I
can call them right now.
Right
I can
now.
Do
literally-
they still have those numbers?
I promise you, Mr. and Mrs. Watley still have this
They probably
number.
older people
Call them
still-
right
scary.
now.
Yeah.
Shout out
And
to
they would be
them.
like, Jason, where have you been?
Yeah.
Why did you not
I
marry
can
our
call
daughter?
Oh,
because you were so
Lord.
used to
They probably say
calling
that.
them. You knew, like I know. Oh yeah, my friends' old numbers. I
Oh,
can
yeah.
easily call their parents.
No question about it.
But the funny thing is, my mother will not answer her home phone number anymore. She only answers her
Because
cell.
it's spam. She know ain't nobody
She don't know
calling
what's
her no
calling
more.
her.
Nobody's
She
calling
clearly-
her
That-
home
what
phone
is
no
the?
more.
I hate it. Dad is like not answering.
I'm
My
like,
grandma
why
just
you
like call
have
me
it?
on the house phone. Like you're not gonna answer the house
But
phone.
they'll say
Because
we
if
had-
there's a storm,
if
I
there's
need
a
it.
storm, everything's gone. I mean, your phone now runs through the internet, so it's gone. Like it's gone. It's
No, if you have a real phone, you can still pick it up and dial.
But
and
most
storm.
people is connected through their cable. So
No, it's not. No, your home phone
yeah.
number. It's not connected through my cable.
There's a
It's a
telephone
hard.
Yeah, it's a regular
I have
POTS
a
line,
hard.
plain
I have a
old
phone in the
telephone
basement
signal.
that if all hell
Yeah.
breaks loose, I go and I plug
That's
that
right.
joker
But
in.
who are you gonna
and
call?
It's an
That's called
actual.
a,
phone.
that's called a POTS. That's called a POTS
Who are you
line.
calling?
Ghostbusters.
You might
I'm
have
calling
to
my
call.
mom. I can call 911.
Right. And you gonna remember, and with one of the numbers that she gonna remember.
Is 911?
Can I ask you a question about 911? With the rotary phone, do you have to like know that an emergency is gonna happen before you call?
Hey,
How long-
Wait a minute.
What
I'm
you
sorry.
trying to say?
Can
They
you
got
can
hit
you
upside
ask
the
that
head
question
at
again?
number
Like
one.
that was a millennial curveball. You just
Like,
ask
you
that
have to
question
know-
again. I'm
You
gonna
have
watch
to-
you. I'm gonna try to read your lips.
Do you have to know that an emergency is gonna happen and then start dialing, and then once the emergency happens, then you go through?
You mean like
Hey,
Minority, like the
operator.
Minority Report? You sound like a Tom Cruise movie. We know the crime is gonna happen.
Baby just fell out the window.
I know.
Let me get started.
Right,
It's gonna
that
take
that fool look crazy over there, man.
and it started with the 9, so you had to go. Woo.
Oh, it did. It was like.
Uh,
By that time, Michael Myers had already stabbed you 5 times.
You know what? I just have one
I
recommendation.
feel you. I feel you, Rick.
I really have a millennial recommendation. I really believe
Sure.
that you need to take the 10 numbers that are important to you, write them joints down, and put them somewhere written, either in your wallet, in your car, in your bedroom. That way, when
Or no,
it goes down, you'll be ready.
so you all never.
I could do that.
So you all have
a good
never
idea.
had a phone book.
No, I had a phone
I
book.
had a phone book.
No. Like where you kept your friend's phone.
Yeah, I had that.
Oh, okay. So you did have
I had
that.
a-
But not since middle school.
Yeah, that's when I stopped writing people overseas.
So before you got your phone, how old were you when you got your first phones?
13.
Yeah, probably 13, 14.
Yeah, freshman year.
Nice.
Okay.
14.
And now it's down to 11. Now I think the time to
Yeah.
get your first cell phone is probably
11,
like 10,
10,
10,
11.
11.
Yeah, 10, 11.
Can I
I've
tell
seen
y'all?
2-year-olds with phones.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
What?
I actually, one of my cousins for Christmas for her. It was she was 8 years old for Christmas. Yeah, she got one of those kids phones.
Oh, okay.
But she was 8. I'm like, what? What? Who-
Yeah.
I mean, well, our parents might be late picking
right,
her up.
right.
You know.
Please
Maybe
tell
it's
me
a teaching tool for kids, you know?
who gives people are really giving a 2-year-old phone.
Did you say 2?
Did somebody say 2?
No, we
Oh,
said
I've
8.
seen 2-year-olds with
Oh, I thought
phones.
you
I
said
don't know if it was there.
No, that
but
was not their phone. Okay.
Like, who are they calling?
They
But
were-
they know how to
They
use
were
it.
looking
do.
up Dow Jones. So like they were on the stocks.
At 2 years
They had to
old,
check their
huh?
401k.
Amazing. See,
Start
y'all are
early
getting
with
Their
that.
investments, their Bitcoin.
Y'all are getting
So, but-
smarter.
So all right. So the other thing is, so with millennials, you all definitely do the cancel culture. You all definitely do the cancel culture.
I mean, we don't do it. It's-
Like you all will cancel somebody instantly.
What does that mean, cancel culture, to you guys? I mean, what?
We just stopped supporting that
Yeah.
person.
I mean, completely. Like they're just
just
done.
no more
Like, nothing,
support.
nothing.
You
They
can keep
can't do
doing
anything.
it. We're just not going to support you.
I mean,
But see, I think we would said something when we were at break. We had a quick discussion about Twitter, and I was saying that to me, in my mind, growing up, it's freedom of speech. You know, this is America.
Yeah.
You can say what you want, and then you
No,
got to deal with
no,
it. And it
nope.
seems like you guys were like, "Oh no,
No, you
like
cannot- you have to-
with
you
former
have to
President Trump,
agree.
take him off the like. We don't want to hear from you, so shut your whole thing down." Like, I don't like what the former president says, but I agree with his right and ability to say it, even though he doesn't own the platform.
Right.
You all disagree,
Right.
Rick? You think that you should be able to say what? I mean, it's
I
the
mean,
First Amendment.
I do believe in the First Amendment. I do think you should be able to say what you want.
okay.
But you have to face those consequences.
Yes.
And
Right.
his consequences were getting kicked off of Twitter because it's a private company.
That's true.
Yeah.
No, that's true.
You don't,
That's
even,
true.
you don't even own those tweets. You
Yeah.
don't even own those
No.
tweets.
But I do believe
those
it's
were Twitter's tweets.
But I do believe it's a fine line when something like Twitter becomes almost the level of a public utility, right? Then being able to turn off somebody and turn somebody on. If you could turn off even former President Trump, even as offensive as he is, it means that someone else with a different message that you like could also be turned off.
Yeah, but that already happens in society, I feel like.
Like you all haven't
It
canceled.
already
Not ju-
happens.
yeah.
It already
Like you all
happens.
haven't canceled Kanye West.
I mean, that's not up to
Like-
me.
Like
I
you're
don't-
just,
Have
the
you-
millennials
Have
have
you
not.
canceled R. Kelly?
Oh,
yeah, the
we
law
canceled him.
canceled,
We
yeah.
canceled him when we were in like
He was
fifth
never in
grade.
the game. Yeah.
Seriously.
Wow.
That's when you met him in 5th grade.
Yeah, you met him.
No.
That's you
mean?
remember him from 5th grade. Carmen,
Nah.
That's
Carmen,
interesting,
I
though.
want you to think about
The
this.
very
Okay.
nah.
You
But
was
what
in
is-
Texas
I'm
too.
from Dallas, Texas.
Right,
but
R.
the-
Kelly was
on the
hanging
black
out there
side.
on
But-
the southern schools.
but the-
though.
on the
He was
black
out
side
there.
of Dallas.
The,
Texas.
He's like,
the
where you
interesting
finna go?
thing is when it first happened, people were all on his side, fully on his
Right,
side.
they were.
Everyone knew.
Right, just like Johnny Depp. I mean, Muzz was like,
No one wants to believe it.
We watched.
He
that.
was married
oh
to
no,
Aaliyah.
he's whack. Let's not. We only.
They
we
were-
agree
we
with
watched
that.
They
He's a
came on
predator.
BET together in matching outfits.
and she was like 13 years old.
It's like 13, 14. They were her parents. They we didn't sign.
didn't know
That's
that.
not
Yeah,
even
she-
laughable. We can't even laugh
Yeah.
about it.
No,
I'm
we,
like,
I wonder.
age ain't nothing but a number. Really?
Nah,
Well, that was Aaliyah, right?
Yeah, but he wrote
wrote
it,
that.
and she's talking about him.
Yeah.
Well, now speaking of music,
Okay.
we had your 2 cents poll because
Yes,
music
yes.
is such a defining thing culturally, generationally. Ulysses, what's the question?
Our question was our question was LL Cool J against Blake. Who do
Not Blake. That's like it's not a stigmatism, okay? Blake does not have a stigmatism.
I guess I am.
versus
okay?
Blake livelihood.
Right. We
What?
got Blake Lives
I guess
Matter.
I-
I'm sorry. Go. Just
I guess I might
rewind.
Colonoscopy,
Wow.
stigmatism.
be and Blake.
Don't
And
let
Blake.
them do this to you.
I know.
Listen, don't let them
Right.
It
do
was
this.
between
I'ma pretend I didn't
LL
say that.
and Drake. I'm sorry. I don't know how this is Blake.
Because
It's
you're a
between-
Generation Xer.
It's between LL and Drake.
Right. Who's best? Who
So
wins?
Who wins between LL and Drake?
In
That's
my
a tough
opinion,
question.
or,
You want us to be honest?
I want you to
Yeah,
break
we
it
would be-
down.
yeah.
Keep it real.
100%.
Yeah.
LL Cool J.
Wow.
Wow, really? Yeah.
You
All
with
he
it
has
too?
to do is lick.
Now
those
that's not
lips.
because y'all watching NCIS or and whatever y'all watch. Y'all see him on TV. Y'all like, I like his role. I mean, what is it?
He
think
do
we-
look nice.
See, now you talking about how
He
he
look
looks
real
it.
nice.
And he's 53.
The brother look
He's
good.
our age, yeah, I
Yeah,
think
he's
he
on-
might be
he-
54. Ladies
54,
love
like-
Cool J. A lot of much. Did you know what the LL stands for?
Yeah.
Loves
What-
LA.
Oh,
No,
see, I
ladies-
said
Ladies love Cool
Ladies
J.
love Cool
Ladies
J.
in the
Love.
James James. Ladies
Yeah.
love
Love
Cool
Cool
J.
J.
I just
not-
remember being like 3 and then walking around my uncle's house and just yelling, "Mama's gonna knock you out!" And just,
You
like,
were 3?
yeah,
Wow.
Wow.
Oh my God.
just like
My
saying
God.
that to everybody.
When he came out, I remember when he came out, I Can't Live Without My Radio.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he was
yeah, come on. Rock the bells.
What's
That's-
the slow
that's
song?
That's my
What's the
song.
slow song?
Oh, soft and warm, something, like,
Hush, baby, wanna let
come on, what is it?
The slow song is
I'm looking for something.
I Need Love.
I need love.
I need love.
I mean,
When I'm alone in
But
my
what's the
room.
poll? What
when I'm alone in the room.
what
so
did
I'm
what did the
staring
people
at the
say,
wall.
Carmen? What did people say
So-
about LL versus Drake?
The people had said.
Drizzy.
The people had said that in that battle, 67% would go with LL Cool J.
Really?
Wow. Go with LL.
Definitely.
Wait,
That's the
how,
TV
what,
show,
what
man.
67% said
That's all?
LL Cool J and 33 said Drake because we know the truth.
That's
I
amazing.
find that hard to believe, though.
I do too.
what do you think? It would be higher or
Like-
lower?
I think like, in my opinion, I think Drake would get more votes because if both of them put out a song at the same exact time, more
yeah.
people would listen to the Drake song.
Real talk.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, I think I voted based upon their heyday. So Drake in his heyday,
Yeah.
LL in
Oh,
his
yeah,
heyday.
yeah.
So if the
interesting.
two heydays were going at the same time, we wouldn't
Oh,
be
for
like, who
sure.
is that singing young man who's always sad?
It is a fact. You do have. It is. How much of it though is the fact that LL Cool J is on TV every day on every station all over the world somewhere. Like he
Really?
He's been in
I
movies.
mean, I'm
Right.
not gonna sit here and lie and say he doesn't. He really can eat a peach. Like when he.
He can.
What was that song when he was the music video when he
Eat a
was
peach.
watching the girl? He had the hat on.
Oh, the
doing it,
hat,
doing
the
it.
hat,
The
girl,
hat,
doing
the
it and
shades,
doing it well.
Fit
Doing
into
it.
that. I was like, now
He-
see that right there.
That's some vintage.
All he
You're
has to
like-
do is
you
lick
like
his lips.
But the whole,
Just
but
that
do y'all know
right
the story
there.
behind doing it and doing it?
No.
So the girl.
Is this
that-
Right,
for
educate the
TV?
people.
Yeah, no, it's for TV. It's
Okay.
for TV. So the girl who originally sang the song, when he went on tour, he wouldn't take her or he wouldn't put her in the video because she was a much larger woman.
Oh.
So she sued him.
Good for
so
her.
She's the and won.
So she is Lizzo's
She was literally
So
like
she's
Lizzo,
doing
the
it.
one who,
So
the one
she's
who
doing it
sang
well
the
now.
song. Yeah,
Wow.
it's her.
The big
Wow.
girl. Yay for
But
the
the
big
girl
girl.
in the video, but in the video,
He
it's
says, "I be working out every day thinking about you." Like he wasn't thinking about her.
not at all.
Okay,
The girl
okay,
in the
that's-
video. That's what's
Wow.
hilarious about that
Yeah,
song.
we've matured beyond that now.
Yeah,
Wow.
like now, like Lizzo has made it. So do you all like Lizzo?
Oh, she's from Houston, Texas. I love Lizzo.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Beyonce's from Houston.
But Lizzo, I love Beyonce too. Don't get that twisted.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
Lizzo, I love Lizzo.
So the Cowboys of Texas, we hate them. Anyway, it's been a great conversation with the Millennials and the Gen Xers.
At least our name is not the Washington team.
You know what? We're gonna bleep that out. You know what? We're gonna bleep that. We're not
Cleveland
gonna
Brown.
have. Well, we're not gonna talk about. We're not gonna
Cleveland
talk about a
Browns.
team
We're
that
the
shall
Washington
remain
team.
nameless. Hey man, look.
Cleveland
They
Browns
should just
all
been
the
a
way.
symbol.
we need-
They should have just been a symbol.
You know what? We need new ownership. We know that. And
Cleveland
but
Browns.
That
the
is
team
facts.
is
That is
epic.
facts.
Cleveland Browns.
We're oh, okay. Well, you know. Anyway,
Cleveland
811 crew.
Browns.
Football season is gonna be back soon. Y'all are going nowhere. And we probably ain't going nowhere. We are back. That was
We're
a great
back.
conversation.
It was a great conversation with Carmen and Rick. It was good. It was enlightening. It was good to have them.
Yeah.
I definitely realized that I am I'm a Generation X.
Yeah, I still have very strong Generation X love. I learned a couple things from the Millennials, but I mean, I'm glad that
I like
we're
millennial,
seniors.
but I do like millennial music.
Yeah.
Like Cardi B, Drake. I'm definitely listening.
And they like our music, too.
Wiz Khalifa.
I'm convinced that LL Cool J is because they're watching TV.
Scissor, her,
Exactly.
Janae Aiko.
Well, you
I'm
know what?
definitely-
Now moving on, we've talked about some of the generational divides, but now we're going to bring it back on the next episode in terms of what's going on behind the doors of the Generation Xers and men, specifically with hygiene,
Men's
dress,
hygiene.
men's hygiene.
Men's hygiene.
What
As
do we
you-
think about that?
As you get older, as you get older, men need. I mean, everyone needs to make sure they take care of themselves. And our poll question
And maybe you
is,
and have you changed, from when you were a kid to as you're grown? If you're a grown man,
hopefully, most little boys have changed from when they were 7 to now
and
they're
maybe
50.
some have not.
Like some, literally. But our poll question.
What's the poll question? We're gonna get to the bottom of that.
Our poll question is: do you shower 2 or more times a day?
That's the poll question. Like basically,
Yes.
do you wash your body?
Do you wash your body? Do you wash your more than twice a day? At least, I mean, literally.
I mean, it's just okay. I mean, I'm gonna start off by saying that I'm an environmentalist. Okay, water needs to be conserved. I'm just gonna say that. I'm just gonna put that out there. But anyway, we will get back to that.
We will get back to
I
that.
can't wait to talk about this and
Right.
get that poll question. Anyway, 811 crew, we are out.
We're out. Thanks for watching.
Let's go, pick your feet up though. Let's go, pick your feet up though.